Hello everybody, welcome back to Watch Time. It's been ages since I made a video, so I thought it's about time that I updated everybody on what has changed, what has stayed the same, etc. So I'm going to start by showing you the pieces which have stayed the same. This three I would say is my core collection, which most of the time will stay exactly like this. The 9 karat gold Zenith pocket watch. Nearly 100 years old this now and in impeccable condition. Weighs a ton as well. It's lovely. It's quite a simple mechanical movement, but due to the fact that pocket watches are almost dead now, in many respects, it's not going anywhere. It's an antique, literally, and it's something fairly unusual these days. So that one's staying. Next is the Rolex. You'll all be familiar on this channel with me referring to this as my best watch, because it probably is. This one does get worn. It's not one that I'll be honest with you, since it took a huge increase in value, I've worn it less, but it does get worn, as you might be able to see, that just like a watch should be, it's a bit scratched up here and there. So that one's staying. I don't think I'll ever sell this, by the way, because it would be impossible, almost impossible to buy it back and for it to be worth it, frankly. This one, Tag Heuer Aqua Racer. I absolutely love the dial on this. The build quality is amazing on these. It's got a really nice like bezel action to it. It's got some nice design in it, like the compass points on the back. The dial, the pattern on the dial is lovely. I think Tag Heuer are really putting out a very high quality watch now. And that really, I'll not go on too much about the core collection, but that's it there. To many people, those three pieces would be a perfect collection in themselves. But as watch collectors, we know that it's never as simple as that. You always want more. So the last video I made was me hoping that the end of my collection would be these three and then an Apple Watch Hermes. Now, I'll be honest, that did actually work for a while. But then out of nowhere, as I'm sure you'll all be familiar with, you get this sudden drive to buy something else, and then before you know it, it's all started again. So I'm going to show you what's changed. Now, the first thing I mention is, unlike a lot of other watch collectors, I'm not quite as snobbish. Like, I do like the high-end Swiss pieces like these, but I also like cheaper watches as well. I don't really have an issue with them. So there's a huge mix here. I've cut down the collection a lot recently, again, but I'll show you what I've got. Now I'm going to start with the lowest of the low. This is a €6 watch from Paris. I can't remember what possessed me to get this, probably the fact that it was so crazy to find it just in, for sale on the streets of Paris. It does work, there's nothing wrong with it. But yeah, an acquired taste to say the least. So that was €6. So it's memories of Paris when I was there, and with it being €6, there's no point in getting rid of it. So I've just kind of kept it there. In a similar fashion, this one was from Disneyland Paris. I actually really like the design of this. There's actually a Cartier watch which has a really similar appearance to this in many respects, like the big Roman numerals and the colours. I think it might be the Cartier Dive or Drive, I can't remember. But the main issue is, despite me really liking the design of this and actually having worn it at first, the hands of both subdials fell off, showing a very poor quality control. And I'm not even sure I can get this fixed, if I'm honest. But I would like to, because I do like the watch. But yeah, it wasn't great. Wasn't too happy with that, because I actually like the watch, and that's so typical that I would find a watch of low value and then for it to completely break. So there's that one. I haven't gotten rid of it because I would like to fix it, but I just haven't found anywhere to do that yet. This next one, this was a gift of somebody, so it's quite a simple, just green dial, gold coloured case. Perfectly good watch. no issues with it. It's not got a strap on it at the minute because I'm finding it hard to get a strap which fits. But that's another little fashion watch there. Now, probably the most unusual watch I've got here at the moment is this one here. Now, this is sort of in a similar fashion to the pocket watch. This is an old sort of dying art now, which was putting clocks in things you wouldn't usually expect. I'm going to show you this here. If you just give me a second there to open it. It's a bit of a hassle. As usual, these videos are very low production quality. Yes, it's the other way around. So you just pop it open here, and it's a ring with a clock in it. Now, would I ever wear this? No, probably not. But the idea of it, the engineering behind it, the design, are all things I'm into. Not necessarily what I would wear, but what I find interesting. So this is a mechanical Swiss movement inside of it. So I've noticed a few watch collectors out there now who, like me, are kind of into clocks being put into unusual items. For example, you get them in pens and various other things. So that's what we have so far there. I would say straight off the bat some slightly more unusual pieces compared to what you've seen before. This one here I've had for a long time as well. This is a 1992 Swatch. Unfortunately, the buckle is broken, so it's not wearable, but it is still collectible. So that one's still here as well. Now, this next one here is collectible, and I got this in Venice. Now, this is a Casio Yogi Bear from 1981. Whether it's valuable or not I'm unsure. But what is for sure is that it's very rare. I've looked all over the internet for one of these, and the only one I could find was a broken one for sale still. So this is very, very rare and unique. I'm pretty sure of that. And despite it being pretty simple, I love the fact that it has the Yogi Bear design on it. And it was one of those things that I saw in a watch shop that I thought, well, I'll probably never see that again, ever. So I bought it. It was about 100 euros, which is expensive for a very simple Casio watch. But again, collectability, you can name your price when you're talking about an item that's rare. So I thought, yeah, that looks like something I'd like. So that's a new piece, I would say. I mean, it's because of the way that people are on YouTube, I never would like to say that this is rare and collectible, but it's certainly something I've never seen before. And I've not heard anybody else discuss it before. So I got it thinking, yeah, that's potentially something that's not very common. So that's there as well. Could I sell this? Potentially, yes. But at the moment, I'm holding on to it. Now, the next one you'll all be very familiar with. This is the Moon Swatch, the Omega Swatch, Moon Swatch. It's the satin version, and I've got it on like a really nice leather strap from Paris, allegedly. I got it from a very, very expensive watch shop, and they said that this leather was very, very similar, if not identical, to the leather that Hermes uses, which in fairness, it does look very similar. It also has its original Omega strap, and yeah, it's a cool watch. Does it get worn? It does now and then, yeah. Would it be for sale? Potentially, because as much as I like them, they're not like the be all and end all of a nice watch to me. They're desirable, they're popular, but there are definitely watches I prefer. I got it because it was available at a Swatch store, and I really like the satin design. So there it is. So that's a new one as well, ish. That was from Verona. A lot of these watches are actually from abroad. It's, again, a common aspect of being a watch collector that you will pick up a watch when you're on holiday. Alright, that's just a pocket watch chain. This, you might remember, the Dugana. Looks like a Cartier watch there. I got this in Germany. I've had it for a couple of years now. I don't imagine I'll sell that. There's probably not a lot of points, not particularly valuable. And again, as you'll probably realise, a lot of these watches have some kind of meaning to them as well. Not that it's that important that watches have a meaning to me, but it does make them hard itself to do. The next here is a cheapo. It is a Seconda Classique, it's called. It looks slightly, well, it certainly looks more expensive than it was. It was about a 20 quid watch, and it's got like the Breguet sort of Arabic numerals, or maybe even Patek sort of design. Perfectly nice watch for 20 quid. Looks nice, well made. The leather strap's actually a very nice. It doesn't look so good on camera there. Oops, what's that? It doesn't look so good on camera, but it's actually quite a rich leather as well. So that one's potentially on the chopping block, I have to say, because that doesn't really get worn very much. And this here is like a €4 watch from Italy, which I bought for somebody else. I haven't given it to them yet. I'm not sure they'll like it. It's kind of more of a joke, if I'm honest, that one. Still a perfectly functioning watch though. Now this one I've just picked up. This is a Seiko, and it's nicknamed the Cocktail, or Cocktail Time, I can't remember. So this is a gorgeous watch. Deploying clasp, exhibition case back. Really, really nice traditional dress watch. You can manual wind it. It's automatic, obviously. Date, gorgeous, and like a gloss sort of leather there. Oh, it's just gorgeous. So that one is a new one. Whenever I buy a watch, I have a period of not knowing whether I'll keep it or not, and that one is in this period at the moment. Now, that's not to say it's not nice, because it is. It's gorgeous, but I'm not a millionaire, so I can't keep everything. So that's why I kind of have that transition period. So this is what I've got at the moment, everybody. To be fair, compared to most people, the average person, that's a lot of watches. But to me, it's not so much. The ones which could be on the chopping block are that one. Probably these are so valueless that I wouldn't bother selling them. This watch was a gift, so no. Yes, that one's on the chopping block. That one is, yeah. So really, if I were to take all of the chopping block pieces away, I would have a collection of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, about 9 pieces. So that is, it's a lot of watches, but really, it's, as far as a collector goes, that's not that many. I mean, I'm watching videos at the moment where people have thousands, so it's not a great deal. But I just wanted to keep you updated, and as usual, apologise for how poor the production quality of these videos is. But hopefully it's been a little bit interesting for you just to see what I've got at the moment. I do know it's very obvious to me that the only ones actually worth having here are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're the only real watches here. But that's where I'm at the moment. Now, next time I make this video, the way I'm doing it at the moment is that I'm making a video every 6 months. I'm not doing that on purpose, it's just the way it's worked out. Next time I make this video, everything could be totally different. That's part of the beauty and the curse of this hobby. So that's where I'm at, everybody. Please do let me know if you have any questions or anything you want to add or any criticisms. I don't mind. I'm not an expert, I'm just a enthusiast. So look forward to hearing from you all. Thank you very much. See you next time.